Familiar face. It's only Lynda Bellingham! And keeping her company, one of TV's best love actors and currently starring in Doctors, it's Ian Kelsey! So, Bellas, it's great to see you again. We're very excited to see you.
I want to be over there, though. What am I doing here? Not that it's not lovely to be with Ian, don't get me wrong, but I feel rather odd.
And Ian, has Lynda been telling you any secrets about us?
We've been talking about hashtags.
Oh, hashtag just saying. We're going to leave it there. We'll leave it there. Well, if you want to ask Lynda, or time for our final guest, who's a woman who needs very little introduction. If you have been tuning into Loose Women regularly, then you will know her for bringing distinction, class and some very forthright opinions to this show. Sadly, a busy schedule has kept her away for a while, but today she is back. Please welcome Lynda Bellingham!
On.
Yes!
That was brilliant!
Still got it, babe.
Got it in there.
Good for you.
I'm so nervous. I've got quite tearful. I am. I'm quite tearful. Seeing you all. Yes.
We've missed you.
We have.
We've missed you too.
Hold back. You've been working too hard.
Oh God, I'm trying to earn a living, love.
What have you been doing? You're doing this.
Yes, country. Well, I've been visiting stately homes because you know I love being posh.
I love how your voice changes when you're in us normal.
Yes, but they all love Mr. Spain. The funny thing is, we arrive at these places and these lords and ladies, and he's there, of course, as usual. Hello, my lovers, he says, and the next thing, I'm working away and he's gone. And then he appears half an hour later with a glass of wine, and apparently the lady of the house said, "Do pop up and have a glass of wine, Michael." Well, I'm sorry, but this is not on.
Hang on.
Yes, wine.
Wine? Lynda's back on the wine. Oh,
yeah.
How long did you stop for? It was a long time, wasn't
I
it?
have to tell you, I was very disappointed that Denzi wasn't here today because I thought...
She's turned it to you.
Well, I thought, yes,
Mm.
I could give her tips on how to sit through an incredibly boring night where everybody's drunk as a skunk and you're sober, and she could take me through what it's like to be a little bit inebriated. No, but I have to tell you the story of this, because a magazine chose to suggest that I was somehow an alcoholic and back on the, you know, whatever it's called. And I'm not at all. But we were sitting in Tenerife last October, and we hadn't drunk for 8 years, right?
Wow.
And the sun was shining, and it was lunchtime, and Michael just said to me, we were watching this couple with this bottle of rosé, and, you know, it just looked...
In the sunshine.
And you know, the condensation was glistening on the bottle, you know that one.
I know. I want one now.
Yes. And you just want to get hold of the neck of the bottle.
Now, you see, Lynda, that's why you had to stop last time.
Well, exactly. So Michael said to me, "Do you think we'll be able to have a glass of wine like normal people?" And it was bizarre. It was momentous. I said, "Shall we try?" And I said, "But listen, we'll order a posh bottle because if it's expensive, we won't drink it quickly." So we ordered a very posh, expensive bottle. They brought it. We were like, and we cheers, and we had a sip, and it was all very nice.
How was that first sip?
My God. And I thought it'll taste horrible. Well, within a minute, straight down, didn't touch the sides. Bottle.
But you're taking it easy now.
No, I'm in charge of the drinking,
good,
and we only try to drink with meals. But the funny thing is, you realise that people have been coming to visit us for 8 years, and obviously, oh, we'll have to go there, they're so boring. Because every time I've invited anybody lately, they go, "You're drinking, this is marvellous."
Anyway, back to the stately homes.
Oh, yes, stately
right. So you go to visit stately homes. How
and
many have you been to?
I've done to 3. I did Renishaw Hall in Derbyshire, which is the home of the Sitwells.
Oh, lovely.
Ragley Hall in Warwickshire, which is very nice.
That's a good voice.
Ugbrook Hall. And I talked to the lords and ladies, and then I talked to the gardeners and the
people
cooks.
still live in these houses,
Can I say on a serious note, I have to say, as my dad used to say, there's never a problem with an aristocrat, and there's never a problem with a peasant. It's the man in the middle that gives you grief.
That's true.
And these lords and ladies have to keep these places open and run as estates, so farming, the visitors. You know, you wouldn't want people traipsing through your living room every 5 minutes.
No, not really, no.
Not
Wouldn't
that
take
they'd want
very
to.
long.
So it's better to know whether you're upstairs or downstairs.
Well, yes, and I know exactly where I belong.
Below
but
stairs.
they were so gracious, honestly, and so interesting, and they have such fantastic lives, and they do work so hard.
They're not as rich as everyone thinks,
No,
are they?
they're cash poor, in fact. I know that feeling very well.
Well, Lynda, we've got a little clip of you in
Oh,
action,
dear,
and
have you?
funnily enough, after what we've just been talking about and doing, it's you dancing. Let's have a look.
And then do a star with the people next to you, all the way round.
Do I talk?
You can talk or smile.
Oh, and I'm off. Where are we going?
And this bit, you're leading down the set, really to show off your dress to people, and also, hopefully, to spot other men that you might like to dance with later, if you can be introduced. And this is the closest you would get during the Regency period.
Right.
And you could whisper sweet nothings into each other's ears.
Right, if you weren't concentrating so hard on your dancing.
Right. And at the end of the dance, you would need to curtsy or bow.
How marvellous.
And your partner would really need to escort you back to your chaperones to make sure you got back to them safely.
Preferably off the property, I should think about it. Hello, thank you so much. Goodbye.
Do you know that Beyonce is so similar?
Oh, yeah.
Very
So
similar. Can I just say, it is on at Hopper State in the mornings, on Sunday mornings on ITV1, if you happen to be up or coming in indeed from a rave.
From your big box.
This is exciting. Tell us about
Yes.
A Passionate Woman.
Well, this is the thing. I am sorry I haven't been around. The trouble is, I had a conversation, I just must share this with you, with somebody who I won't mention his name, but he said, I'd never give you a part in my play or on my series on television because you're a loose woman. And I was so upset. Don't laugh. I was so upset. So I thought I'd better go off and do a bit more acting.
Yeah.
So, fortuitously, David Pugh and Daffyd Rogers and the lovely Kay Mellor have offered me A Passionate Woman, which Kay
I
wrote.
love that play.
And she's,
Brilliant.
and she's going to direct me in it. So
when does that start?
And that starts in Sheffield in September.
So does that mean you're going to be on the road again, like
And
you were
I'm
with
off on
Calendar
my
Girls?
travels again for 6 months.
Going to take Mr. Spain with you again?
Mr. Spain will be driving us.
It's a road trip, isn't it,
It
for you
is a
two?
road trip, actually. We've got all our hotels sussed out now, you know, where to go, where not to go.
Bellas, you're permanently on the road.
Yeah.
I know.
All of these shows, because the
And you know, I'm
Tasty
65
Travels...
this year.
I know, the Tasty Travels, you've been on Calendar Girls for about 35 years, going around the country. And don't you get to a point where you just want to stay at home?
I do, but then again, I think I'll just fall over, you
It's
know.
what you do, though, Lynn.
Yeah.
It's
It is what
such
I
a
do.
part of
And
you.
I do love meeting people. My Tasty Travels, I just loved. And, you know, there is an element, I think, pardon me, but London thinks it's the centre of the universe. And actually, there's all sorts of things going
Centre
on.
of my universe.
out there. Yes, but you should get out more, Carol. And
I
go
do.
and visit us.
I've just come back from France.
But they're French.
Yeah.
You need to meet English people.
Great rosé wine down there.
Oh,
though.
great rosé wine.
Yeah.
But we had very nice English wine at Renishaw.
Yes.
A very nice sparkling I had to
really?
taste.
Oh, they do. They're
And the
very
Strumpy
good.
I had to taste. That was the beginning of the...
Well, Lynda, just as ever, I'm struggling to keep you quiet. And it's been lovely, lovely, lovely to see you again. Please don't leave it so long till next time. It's Lynda
Thank you.
Bellingham. That is it for today. We'll be back on Monday.